Hello, Hookah.org. It is Paul here once again with another video review for you. This one is actually for the Lulava hose. This is actually a fully washable hose, which is probably pretty obvious by the silicone tubing here. But this is actually billet aluminum, which if you're not a manufacturer or you don't work in a machine shop, that might not make much sense to you. Billet stock means that it is machined from one solid piece. This is not molded, this is not like melted down and poured. This is actually precision machined. And it's pretty cool. I like the weight of the mouthpiece. The only issue for me is the fact that it is oh so wee. But it feels good in the hand. It's got a nice heft to it. I think the hose is just a little bit, let's see, short for my tastes. Try and pull that out without destroying everything. For an example, I'll show you it in comparison to my Razan hose, which, let's see, tip to tip. Yeah, the Lulava is a little bit shorter. It's not a huge difference, but it is enough to be notable. It's a nice portable hose. If you've got a hookah that you take with you to like parties and things, this thing wraps up very nicely and very small, so you can just throw it in a bag and go. That's another nice thing about having silicone rather than a coil hose, is you can kink this and crush it up and it's still going to maintain its shape. It's not going to be completely distorted and fall apart on you. Let me make sure I've got my grommet. It fits very nicely in my hookahs. It's got a small end, as you saw, for the actual hose port. So it fits both my Syrians and my Egyptians very nicely. Now this is billed as a custom hookah hose because you're allowed to choose all of the colors, including the hose as well as the end pieces. There are a lot of different color combinations, and you can choose anything you want, and they'll send it to you. It comes in this box, which is a nice little biodegradable cardboard box here. They're actually from the San Francisco Bay Area. It is entirely made in the United States, which is really cool. Obviously, it's corrosion resistant and completely washable. Now, something that I'm a really big fan of regarding these hoses is they're pretty affordable, but they're also adaptable. Now, I mean that in the sense that, like I said, the mouthpiece is a little small, but they also sell this, which is an extender that is really, really cool. This, actually, I'll show you how to do this. You unscrew this little coupler here, this collar, pop the actual hose off of the mouthpiece, put it onto the extender, screw the collar back on, which is a little bit tight, but that's easy enough to do. And then you just reassemble it, and you've actually extended the mouthpiece into what I would consider more of a comfortable hose. You can get multiple colors for these as well. I chose silver and blue and black because that's a color combination I really like. And I'm really loving this with the extender. It feels great in the hand. It's got good weight to it. The, I guess, ribbing, you could call it here, fits nicely, and it's very comfortable. It is a bit restricted in comparison to the other washable hoses that are really popular on the market. For comparison, this is the width of the silicone hose, and this is actually the interior hose of a Razan that I disassembled so you guys could really see this. I'll try and get a really good shot of this to show you the actual differences, but you could basically fit the Lulava hose inside of the Razan without any issues whatsoever. So the draw is a little bit more restricted, but it's still nice and open. All in all, I would call this a really good hose. I'm a fan. If you're going to pick one of these up, I really do suggest getting the extender piece. It makes it a much more comfortable hose and one that you can customize even further with various colors. So, definitely. If you're going to buy this hose, I really do suggest the extender. Yeah, that's about it. So, thanks for joining us. This is Paul for hookah.org saying happy smoking, but please make sure to go down below, like and subscribe. Give us that thumbs up. It really helps us out. And make sure to check out the forums, because that is where we're posting all of our new material twice a week at the very least, and where there's some great discussions, good information, new blog posts, and all of the information that you need regarding our monthly contest as sponsored by socialsmoke.com. So that's it. And once again, happy smoking.